All right, welcome everybody. It's Friday evening, and we have another tournament on our hands. Um, it's a regular tournament, double elimination, best of three in the winners bracket, best of one in the lower bracket. But there is something new that we are doing here today, which is we're going to use the physics setting for collisions. As some of you probably know, we have two types. Well, it could potentially be four if we count dynamic muscles, but we made it pretty clear as a community that we're not very happy with dynamic muscles, so it was either animation or physics. Um, most of my events have been held on animation, and before that it was unstable, which was the setting before animation, but they're kind of the same thing. Um, but unfortunately, recently we have discovered that there are some characters where at least one particular character, but it could be that some others are affected as well, and we didn't notice. Um, Gedeon cannot block whatsoever with animations on, which means that is a major disadvantage. There were some other reports about guards not working sometimes for certain characters, and that was something that I was happy to live with in the idea that it's something that kind of affects everybody, and it wasn't very clear if it was a bug or if it was the distance, if you're doing something, it was always pretty unclear. But what is clear that the animation setting made the game more responsive, let's say, but at the same time, uh, guards were somewhat weaker. And with the physics settings, it's kind of the opposite. Guards are stronger, but the game feel is slower and, in my personal opinion, a little bit more sluggish. But I'm going to keep an open mind for tonight. Mostly everybody knows that I'm not necessarily a fan of this setting, but um, it's very important that there is competitive fairness if you want. So we can't just leave one character completely defenseless, even though maybe there aren't too many people that use that particular character. Um, so so yeah, we're using physics, and I hope for the best. I am not going to, or at least I'm going to try to not comment too much about it throughout the event. I'm just going to focus on the fight, because I do not want to use this event as a platform to express my views regarding the setting. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if the feel is good. We'll see if we have any bugs or anything, and we'll go from there. But for now, let's just try to enjoy all the good fights that we're gonna have, because we actually have a very good number of people here today. We have 11 people. That also means more points in the rankings. In case you've forgotten, if you have more people in the tournament, you get more points. So all people here can have the chance of getting some good points in the rankings, and we actually have uh, all the, or at least the most recent players, the best recent players. Let's say it like that. So we got Subu, we got Nex, who's a USFC champion, if I'm not mistaken. We got Oak, we got Caster. Caster won his first tournament on Tuesday. He was doing a very good job. We got Grid, who's also a very good player recently. Dauntless, good prospect, captain, mechanics, Fenrir, and Lanzknecht, all very good players as well. Fenrir, again, another prospect, actually a Gedeon player. So it's this setting is even more important for him. because he will be able to use Gideon. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna shuffle the seeds 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have a bracket. We got Mechanics and Caster starting in the first round. They also fought on Tuesday. They're going to be meeting each other again. The winner is going to face me. We got Fenrir and Grid on this matchup as well. Very good one. Dauntless versus Subu. Oak versus Nyx. The winner between Dauntless and Subu will face Lanzknecht. And the winner between Oak and Nyx will be facing Captain Adler. So without further ado, let's start the tournament. And our first fight, which is a best of 3, as I said, is going to be between Mechanics and Caster. It's quite likely that we're going to see a mirror match here. Mechanics has been using Sam a lot recently. Caster is a Sam main, but since it's a best of 3, there is a chance that we might see some different characters. So here we go. We are going to post the first fight. Mechanic starts on the left side. Caster starts on the right side. And here we go. Let's see if Subu is also available for commentary. Yeah, so Hugh will be joining us soon, which is great. Always very happy to have him around. Very good commentator, very professional. There you go. Caster is ready to go. We only need Mechanics. There he is. Oh, I'm so happy when usually the first fight is the one that is kind of the hardest to get going, and we constantly lose time because of that. But this time we got 2 people who are responsible, which is great. Oh, first of all, let me just show you the settings so we don't have any other discussions. So it's on more physics, dynamic muscles off. It's on retro mode as always, 7 flags and whatnot. So here we go. Mechanics left side, Caster right side. Here we go. Mechanics goes with Connor actually, and Caster goes with Sam. Mechanics has been using Connor a little bit every now and then. Maybe he's trying something different here. I would say though, Sam is a pretty good counter to Connor. Not a hard counter, but it is one of the characters that can actually do pretty well against him compared to some others that kind of lack the options. Yeah, a lot of sword touches, if you want. There's a thrust to the belly there from Mechanics, and he scores the first flag. Nice leg cut there from Caster, and it's 1-1. Back Y. Cut to the shield. Even though Connor, obviously, you know, he has a shield, so it's kind of hard to sneak attacks in. He is sometimes vulnerable even to the shield side. Nice dash push. I would say he's probably a little bit more vulnerable than Marina is on the shield side, but it's very hard to use something effectively on that side anyway. I mean, I'm not talking about leg cuts. I'm just talking about I'm either going to the head or maybe under the shield. So there isn't anything that is a reliable tool against that. A lot of exchanges between the two. There you go. Mechanics lands snap cut. Oh, goes to the belly. Lands one of his own. Tries to follow up. Does not land. Caster's trying to go to the side. Oh, and he catches him there. Tries to go for a dash attack. Goes for the thrust there, Mechanics, and it actually lands it. 2-2. Oh, nice quick sidestep from Caster. And it's 3-2. Oh, and it goes for the forward cut and again catches Mechanics. 4-2. Nice one to the head. Mechanics played the beginning of the fight quite patiently, but all of a sudden he lost patience, and Caster's so good at punishing. I think... Oh, and again goes with the forward cut. I think Caster has always been a good player. He wasn't necessarily reaching finals of tournaments, but he was always a good player. But I feel, from what I've seen on Tuesday and from what I'm seeing now, I feel like he's leveled up. I'm not sure if he actually played during this time where he was at, or maybe he just kind of missed the game and he has this appetite to play, but he's looking really good. Probably some lag from Mechanics. It's 6-3.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Welcome, how are you, Subu?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Just had lunch, and I'm actually watching this fight on my phone right now.
Yeah.
Looks pretty tactical so far.
Yeah, Caster is also pretty patient, waiting for the right opportunity to attack. Oh, nice sequence of attacks there from Caster, and he gets the first set. Let me get you in as well. Link is in calls.
Cool, cool.
There's Subu joining in. I'm very glad you could join.
Yeah.
And we're switching sides now. Caster is going to be left side, and Mechanics on the right.
Yeah, from when I saw Caster, I was pretty surgical with Sam, just slowly picking apart Connor and not taking any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that I feel like he's leveled up.
Yeah.
He plays a different game. Marie for Mechanics. Interesting. And Marta.
Caster actually goes with Marta. Yeah, wants to match him with the rapier. Although, typically I think people consider Marie to have the advantage here. I think Caster is relying on the fact that he has more experience with the rapier, which might count for more, but we'll see.
Yeah, he does, or he did play a lot of Marta. And I'm not sure if I'm correct, but one of the reasons he wants to play Marta is also national pride, if you want, because Marta is Spanish and he is Spanish and he wants to represent the character, and I find that pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, something I can't really relate to is somebody being from Canada. Like none of these people are obviously Canadian because Canadians didn't really exist in this time period, but obviously like indigenous people did, but that's a different culture altogether. So
Yeah, I think probably Connor or Marie would be like the
yeah,
closest thing. I mean, you're not
yeah,
from you're not from Quebec, so you probably
no, no,
can't relate to. So most likely you would relate to a British character. So in this case, Connor.
yeah. Yeah, like there is Norman in my family, judging from my last name, but that could easily be British, like because obviously the British were taken over by the Normans, so that doesn't necessarily mean there's French as such in the family.
Yeah.
At least not, close, because the Normans are like 1,000 years ago. So
Oh, nice cut to the head. 3-3. Yeah, I somehow envy the Polish guys because they have so many options. Oh, that was a nice side step.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Although I will
they're
say we do have
spoiled.
Cossacks in Alberta, believe it or not, because we do have Ukrainians here. So I guess there's that connection with Barabash a little bit, although it is loose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's people who reenact that stuff in Alberta, believe it or not, so that's pretty cool. See a
Yeah.
bit of back and forth.
Yeah. Casper is struggling a little bit to close the distance.
Hmm.
Tried
Yeah, that's
now.
the
Yeah.
trouble. Marie gets in and out quickly. Marta's all about sort of circling around and trying to get a better angle and counterattacking. Not so simple when your opponent outreaches you a little bit, which I would say Marie largely does, the way she moves.
Yeah, Marie has always been a tough matchup for Marta, even when Marie was a lot weaker than she is now.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
mechanics
Yeah,
knows
running
his
into
shit.
the stab sometimes makes the hit worse, I've noticed, with the rapiers, especially, you notice that? As long as the tip is hitting properly anyway. If
Yeah.
it's not, then obviously it'll be a grace. But it's like by the same token, by dashing in, you might also yourself be able to hit harder with some type of lunging move, so it's a double-edged sword when you do that in a rapier match.
Oh, I think. Yeah,
Nice.
that looked a little bit weird. I thought
Hmm.
that attack would hit, but probably was a little bit outside of the head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that jab
mechanics.
that Marie has too. Nice.
1 point needed to win. A good job of putting pressure with Marie. That's exactly how
Hmm.
you should play her in this matchup.
Yeah. I think Castor needs to slow down maybe and weather the storm a little bit. Try and block those lunges and then use that opportunity to try causing chaos. But obviously easier said than done. If you're out of position, Marie can sort of lunge you down and there might not be much you can do.
Oh, nice
Yeah,
triangle.
nice try, but yeah, the triangle ended up hitting him anyway. I see the vision there, but I think he just gave up control of the center and so mechanics took the opportunity.
Yeah, and mechanics throughout the fight, and you could see it even after the first three flags or so. You could already see that he was a lot more confident in pushing the pace, and
Yeah.
Castor was having trouble in adjusting. Swap size, please. And we're down to the last set. Let's see the characters picked. Castor will probably go back to. Yeah, mechanics is left, Castor right. Yeah, so
Samuel, yeah.
yeah, we're basically going to see the winners of the first two sets, and I think this is gonna be pretty interesting. I would heavily
Hmm.
favor Sam against Marie, but you never know.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
can be
if
tricky.
Samuel overthrows, yeah, absolutely. If Samuel makes a mistake, that the hand especially can be stabbed, as can the body, if he's not careful. His auto guard is generally
Oh,
pretty good against stabs, but since Marie has been updated, it's not perfect, as it should be.
nice.
Marie's stabs are more accurate now.
Yeah, solid start here from Mechanics. Oh, and it
Ooh,
catches him there with the. Yeah, Mechanics is playing a pretty good Marie, I would say.
yeah. Yeah, I think Castor is a little bit too slow, maybe a bit too far to try punishing that. Perhaps if he got a blade beat, he could have, but it's tough to say because Mechanics picked the fastest move
Oh, nice.
after that lunge possible, which was nice.
Pretty clean thrust there to the hand, and Castor is actually struggling a little bit here. He gets one flag back,
Mm-hmm.
but it's an interesting choice here from Mechanics, and if it works, then who knows? Maybe we're gonna see more of it. Oh, double.
Double.
A hat flew away. Castor with the second flag here, and it's 4-2. Try the dash again. It's it's a very 50-50 move, that dash. Like sometimes it lands, but if it doesn't, then you're completely exposed.
Mm-hmm.
4-3. Castor is gaining some ground, and it's now 4-4. And that's kind of the thing with Maurice sometimes. Like you can kind of surprise people, and then all of a sudden, kind of you run out of tricks, and people start gaining flags back. But the Mechanics does not allow this to happen here, and he gets one back. 5-4. Goes for the triangle thrust. Thought it was to the face. Oh, and it caught him there with the double lunge. I think he moved a little bit too soon, and Mechanics is just one flag away from winning this.
Yeah. One good stab, good leg cut actually, and that took out his mobility, which will make it really tough to distance himself properly. That is the nice thing about that leg cut. It doesn't hit super hard, but it actually reaches pretty far. Can be difficult to punish, but I do like how Castar handled that. It looked like
Yeah,
Mechanics was going to keep doing it,
he
so
actually
he went
stole
straight to
the
the head.
flag here, Castor.
Yeah. Yeah, Mechanics playing with his food a little bit too much there, although I do see why he was doing that. He was looking for the stun lock.
Yeah. Oh, nice push.
Nice.
You don't see people pushing rapiers too much. But there you go.
Yeah.
And now we're down to the last flag.
Yeah.
Castor has actually
Yeah,
struggled in this fight, but
Yep.
he's got it back. One more
Yeah, I
negative.
think he knows he's down, so it's like, I have to create chaos for my opponent. I can't allow Mechanics to be the one asking all the
Oh.
questions. Like, I've gotta ask him some questions
Oh,
back.
and he
That
got
was a
him.
good try, but
Got him
yeah,
there.
nice by Mechanics.
Yeah. Well done. I would say it's a deserved win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly. This is like from a spectator perspective. I don't necessarily like when people build a lead and then all of a sudden they lose all that lead. I don't know. It just something feels
Yeah.
like obviously it's nice when you see like a big comeback and whatnot, but um, I think he with how the flags played out and how the dynamic was basically the entire fight. I think Mechanics was a little bit better, and he got the win, and will be fighting in the next round of the winners bracket. Castor will be waiting a little bit until he gets the chance to fight in the lower bracket. All right, we're gonna move on with the next fight. You are actually involved in this particular
Mm-hmm.
fight. We're gonna see
Yeah.
Dauntless And you are going to be on the right side. Dauntless, usually playing Jendrik. I will see if he plays something else now. And after that, we're gonna see Oak versus Nyx. I've never seen Nyx play. I think maybe he played once on my host, but I'm not really sure. But I know he's the USFC champion. I think he's an Isabella main, right? Or am I mistaken? I love that, it's even funnier with the song,
Yeah,
with the
yeah. The
boss
boss
music.
battle music.
Uh, Mommy. Yeah. Dauntless is not answering. Let me tag him one more time. If not, we're gonna move on to the next one because uh, my schedule has been a little bit hectic recently, and as you
Hmm.
can see, I also started the tournament a little bit later. I'm also not planning on
Yeah,
having a very long tournament around the regular 3 hours that we have. So
yeah.
it'd be nice if we, yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna see Oak versus Nex. Okay. I feel like every time, and not only on my events, but it feels like the first fights are always the hardest to get going. Like suddenly you look at the clock and you see that 30 minutes or 35 minutes have passed and you've done like one fight in that
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
but after everybody's here, then everything is smooth and everybody's fighting fast and whatnot, but like the first 30 minutes are always like this for some reason.
yeah, yeah. I agree. It's way faster once you get past the first round.
Okay. Next is online. Let's give another ping. And now we're going with the next one with
Yeah,
Fenris versus Polar. And I'm sorry to say, if they're not gonna be here by the time we end those two fights, then that's it.
yeah, yeah. There's nothing else we can do.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try the next one. Fenrir versus Polar. Sorry, Oak. Yeah, I've been thinking about what we usually do is we kind of wait until there are no fights to be done.
Mhm.
But what I think I'm going to do from now on is basically if you're not here by the end of the actual round that you are in, then
Hmm.
so let's say for example, so it's round one and we got 4 fights. We can
Yeah.
wait for you until we get to the last fight. It doesn't matter if we have other fights that we can do. It's just that by doing that, you get people to wait for too long or play too much or play too little, and it just kind of makes things. Uh, I remember a couple of times I was also waiting for some people to join, and I found myself in twice of these situations where I had to fight 3 times in a row, a best of 3. And I don't mind playing, but sometimes like you need a little bit of a break, after, especially if you go through a best of 3 that is quite
Yeah.
quite tough. But anyway, we got our guys here, Fenrir and Polar. Fenrir is on the left, Polar Grid on the right. Jacek from Polar Grid and Tarna from Fenrir. Nice.
Yeah, it's different, but I like to see it. Yeah.
Here we go.
This is a fight that can go either way. They just have certain advantages over each other, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacek generally
Ooh.
faster with the fast cuts. Um, Sometimes he does struggle. Very good example right here. Sometimes he does struggle
Yeah.
in landing the decisive shot. So
Yeah.
sometimes he may need more than one. Oh, I haven't seen that move killing for
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
long time.
I think it often doesn't hit the head. This time it did, which is obviously good for Polar Grid.
Yeah, Tarna
If it
hit.
hits at all.
Oh, nice. Tarna hits hard. His initial attacks have
Mhm.
some wind up, but his follow-ups can be pretty fast, and
Yeah.
he's also quite
And he
tricky.
covers a lot of space too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Welcome, Ed Parker,
Nice.
in the chat. Ed Parker is considered by many, including by me as well, the greatest UFC player of all time. Let's join
Nice,
the
okay.
join the stream. Yeah,
Love to see it.
yeah. This is the type of game that he'd actually play really well because he's very patient, very
Mhm.
tactical. Oh, nice. Caught the arm.
Yeah.
So good to see some
Yeah, very good.
people from different communities. Oh, and it goes with the upcut there from Tarna, and that's a move that used to be quite. I don't know if you remember when Tarna was released. That move had that perk on it, where it could bash
Yeah.
through the guard.
Yeah, yeah. Makes it a little overclocked then.
Yeah. Tarna actually had that perk for himself, like he could go through.
Yeah.
The problem
Switching
was
guards a little bit, trying to feint.
the problem is that it was quite consistent. Like it was going through every
Yeah.
time. It wasn't like okay, it goes once out of 5 attacks. It was just kind of going through.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Polar has actually used a lot of moves from Jacek that I haven't seen in a very long time, and it was lovely to see. And Fenrir also uh, played a pretty old school Tarna as well.
Mhm.
Pretty nice. First round goes to Polar Grid. Let's see what happens in the second. Swap sides, guys, please.
Yeah. We've been discussing about retreat attacks and dash attacks a little bit. I've always been an advocate for dash attacks, especially recently, kind of overriding retreat attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody's sort of panicking or faltering, just throwing stuff out there because I feel like a dash attack at the right time should be able to punish somebody who's just spamming back attacks. So
Yeah.
in some cases you can do that, but some of the unpunishable Y attacks is very difficult to land, if not impossible.
Yeah. Nice retreat. I really like that the retreat from Yatsik.
Yeah,
No, Ed, it's only on PC. It's
nice sidestep.
it's physics based, and it's pretty hard to make multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's regulations for console games as well, like
Oh, nice.
essentially because the game is not finished, it can't be put on the PlayStation Store or the
Yeah,
Xbox
yeah,
Store. Yeah, it has to be
yeah.
finished first.
You can't put early access or stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
that's why Kubold said that he wants to finish the game and then put it on console. So now that you say it, it kind of makes sense what he was saying.
yeah, yeah, and I do get why they don't allow that stuff because early access you can run into issues where developers sort of pocket money and run. I'm not saying
Yeah,
Google's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that, but there are some developers who 100% have done that. So
Yeah, yeah, I totally get it. Oh, catches the arm there.
yeah,
See, this is a good example of a sweet spot wrist cut. You know, just kind of goes right
yeah,
there in that spot. Looked pretty clean. Oh, nice retreat again.
again, wow, yeah,
Yeah, Polar is looking great.
one more needed. Yeah, it's a different style of Yazek from Oak, but it works really well. I feel like Oak, he's really precise with Yazek, but he sort of follows patterns. He loves throwing combos, whereas Polar Grid is very sort of one and done with a lot of his plays.
Double.
Although he has thrown some combos as well, he doesn't throw the same combos that Oak does. Yeah, like that retreat X, very nicely
Oh, and
played there.
it's a double.
Oh,
It was the same
good try.
attack that he landed last time on the last flags, and it looks really nice. It's a slower attack. Oh,
Yeah.
nice retreat. Yeah, awesome fight. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But, Polar was a little bit of a step ahead in this one, and Polar's been doing great recently. He has been doing great before, but he had been doing great before, but now even better. And he's actually already in round 3 because this was the only fight that was directly in round 2. So by winning this, he's in round 3. So he can go and do something and relax. It's gonna be some time. Okay, next is here, which is great. We're gonna give Dauntless some time until we are finished with this fight. If he's not here, then we're just gonna move on. I think I do remember Nyx using Isabella. I haven't seen him fight, but I remember there were talks about Nyx using Isabella. Or maybe it was a different player, but nah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, he's an Isabella player.
Yeah? Okay, okay. There we go. And we have a fight. Oak starts on the left side, Nyx on the right side. Oak in pretty much every final that we've had recently. So it's a very difficult fight for anybody.
Hmm.
Quite resilient as well.
Hmm.
Here we go. Hulk on the left, Nyx on the right. Yeah, we get to see Isabella, and Hulk is going with Yatsik. I'm actually quite curious because I wanna see something.
Sort of feeling each other out to start it off. Nobody overcommitting just yet. Nex is a very solid player. He tends not to overcommit. Tends to get you into the exchange and plays for the long game.
Yeah, I generally feel. Oh, nice pommel strike there. I
Yeah.
feel that if you start with Isabella, so if Isabella is your first, um, oh, nice quick thrust, is your first main,
Hmm.
especially if you haven't played in the Warden era, like I'm talking more recent,
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
conditions you to be patient because that's the style
Yeah.
that kind of works the best with Isabella. She's not a character that you can just kind of go in and just break through people, break their
Yeah.
guards, and do some stuff that you could do with her back in the day. Oh, nice forward. Why? Quite brave there from Nyx. Just stand in front of Oak like that.
Hmm. Yeah. And although Isabella does have some good sidesteps, I would say she more so fights for the center. That's really her game plan. Just play solid, fight for the center, and beat the opponent to a punch if they overextend.
Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of conditions you, and I think the best example is probably Luck. Remember how Luck
Yeah.
used to play when he was maining Yan and Bara? Like he was
Hmm.
cancels after cancels, spazzing out, very aggressive. Oh, nice retreat there, retreat cut, right on time.
Yeah.
But as soon, and he was actually one of the guys that didn't necessarily like to play against patient people, but as soon as he switched to Isabella, his gameplay changed completely. Not that he became
Yeah.
too patient or whatnot, but you could definitely see. Oh, and a nice upcut there. And
Yeah.
Nex is very solid, very very solid
Hmm.
gameplay, and I would say pretty brave because those are usually the exchanges that Isabella loses mostly. Like when you get really close
Hmm.
and she tries to throw something, usually the Saber character has the advantage because it can strike to the head faster. But
Yeah.
it kind of helps sometimes not having these. How should I call them? These main character biases that we all have. Like you're thinking, I
Yeah.
couldn't make this work, so I will never use it. And then you see a different player using that particular thing that you thought it's never going to work and working. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Swap size, please. I like that Nyx is also using the white shirt. That's kind of a um, almost all new Isabella players go for this go for this skin.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of the veterans like it too. Obviously, Luck prefers it with the goat hat,
Yeah,
but
those guys
yeah, a
are,
lot of players just go for the white.
I don't know, they're psychopaths. Him, Eve, Usami, and whoever uses
Yeah.
the Isabella with the hat on. Just something wrong.
Nice cancel the thrust, and then he follows it up with a combo. That was cool.
Yeah, so
Ooh, now Oak is
yeah,
turning up the heat. Yeah.
this is kind of the thing that I was talking about earlier. Like, see, these things don't usually work. like you getting
Yeah.
close and trying to do an upcut against the saber. Those are the moments that usually get punished.
Yeah. I like that Oak is canceling the thrust. I think he's doing it preemptively, but it prevents Nex from following up the blade beats really quickly.
Yeah,
Nice push.
Yeah, Oak has pretty much adjusted. And Nex is struggling to land a hit. Oh, nice upcut.
Cancel, but Nex read it this time. Nice. Yeah, but Oak is not afraid to put his foot on the gas pedal anyway, and it ends up being a double.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Isabella can definitely play a good game even in close range. It's not her best strength, but she can play a good game. Tao is a very good example of that. He's very good with her in close range. He knows exactly like what retreat attack to use, or if he should stand his ground or he should move back. He's a good close range Isabella player.
Nice switch up. Not quite able to get the kill, but he's tired.
Okay,
nice, finishes it there.
Gets the first flag.
Yeah. I almost thought Oak was gonna steal it for a moment, as we know Oak is very good at that type of thing, but wasn't quite able to. Didn't have the space for starters. Nice.
Yeah, Nyx is actually using, and this is a good thing, using the Y, forward Y, back Y. Focusing more on fundamentals, upcut now, and not so much on special moves.
Yeah. That upcut sometimes traps a cut that's coming down to Isabella's head if you time it right, so that helps. The stretchy arms there, that's a classic. Hellish Quart bug.
Oh, nice upcut.
Nice upcut.
That was good timing. Yeah, Nyx is standing his ground here. Oh!
Nice.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Custom combo there if you want. Nice push.
Yeah, that's how you know Oak has mastered the character. He not only does the listed combos really well, but he makes his own combos in effect.
Yeah, it's 1-1 here. We're gonna see what happens. History tells us that if Oak manages to adjust, then it's pretty hard to do anything. But Nyx is looking good. He's a champion. We'll see if he's able to pull it off here. Yeah, characters. Oh, nice
back Y.
Yeah, see, that was kind of... I'm going to try to avoid talking about it, but see, Nyx dashed and Oak immediately attacked, but the attack was still blocked while Nyx was dashing.
Yeah.
Too. So that's something that... yeah, needs to be a little bit... Maybe just kind of stopped right at the right moment.
Yeah.
You see a lot of interaction between the blades if you want. It looks cool. Nice upcut.
Mm-hmm. Good retreat by Oak. He almost got hit there. And then the push. Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen a bunch of pushes here tonight. Oh, nice one to the wrist.
Yeah, but nice.
Yeah,
I think it works on Nyx precisely because he's such a solid player. He doesn't expect people necessarily to get in and push, although he was pommel striking earlier. Nice combo. But overall, I think Nyx prefers to keep it clean. Just clean exchanges.
Oh, nice.
And not reinventing the wheel. Very brave there.
What Oak likes to do, he usually likes to fight in the center. But whenever he feels that you don't match his energy, so to say, he puts the pressure on you. And Nex is not
Yeah.
allowing him to do it exactly that. He's just like, I'm gonna be
Ooh, to the
here,
hand.
and we're gonna swing. There you go. Just
Right over
punished.
top there.
Yeah.
Nice.
5-4. Close fight.
That was a good hand hit earlier. And those are the hand hits I like in this game, you know, where you get a nice angle. The opponent does try to block, but they're just out of position, so the hand still gets hit. Ooh, not quite.
I think they both hit each other here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Nex is very patient.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, he still got it. Okay, I think he deserved it, to be honest. It looked strange, but
Yeah.
I feel like Oak was already prepared to attack, so I'm glad he got it in the end.
5-5. Yeah.
Yeah. Simple, but that's all you gotta do. When you pommel strike somebody, you just follow it up.
Yeah, and this is where Oak usually goes into boss fight phase.
Yeah.
Oh, but
nice try.
yeah,
but not quite.
Nex, very solid here today, and the way that he played this matchup is quite impressive. Not only because of the opponent, but also because of his composure. And yeah, Oak will be climbing back from the lower bracket. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him right back at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Um, there's no sign of Dauntless, which means that you are going to get the win. If Dauntless comes by the time he is to play in the lower bracket, I'm happy to let him in. But for now, we're gonna do the fight between you and Lance because you have been waiting and Lance has been waiting as well. The only other fight that we could that there were players waiting was just me with Mechanics. Mechanics has fought, and I'm the host. I can wait. So
Yeah.
let's do that fight. Which I think it's gonna be a very difficult fight for the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just woke up. If he's ready to fight right now, then fine. If not, I'm gonna have to move on. I don't know. He's not answering. Yeah. Oh, okay. He's ready. Okay, let's do that fight. We're gonna. So it's gonna be. Who was on the left? Yeah, Dauntless. Let's reopen this. And Subu, if you don't mind, if you win this one, I would
Yep.
have you fight again against Lance because Lance has been waiting for some time and it's
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
here we go. Okay. Dauntless left side, Subu right side. Here we go. Yeah. Going for Jendrik. By the way, next week we're gonna do the Jendrik special. We had the Tarna. It's gonna be Jendrik. I have a pretty fun concept. Anyway, Subu starts strong with one flag. Goes with a combination there. Unfortunately, Jendrik's guard can block attacks, but can't really block combos very well. There we go, 2-1. I think Jendrik's strength, apart from his abilities of, you know, being able to break through the guards or being able to move pretty fast, there is one hidden advantage, let's call it, is people usually get a little bit overconfident whenever they fight Jendrik because they feel like, oh, he's open, I can land hits at will, and then all of a sudden they start losing a lot of flags against him. Um, 5-2. Oh, nice sidestep. 5-3. Good showing from Dauntless so far, but obviously Subu has the experience. He is playing this really well. He's playing it as he should be. So he is active, but not very aggressive. But he's also not passive at all. Like, he is meeting Dauntless with his own attacks. He got a double. There is a cut there from Subu. Very entertaining first set. Subu is leading 1-0. And we're going into the second set. The winner of this fight will immediately fight Landsknecht. Swap size, please. It's going to be a little bit of an effort, but I'm sure both of them are fine with it. And after that, it's going to be me versus Mechanics. Yeah, Subu goes through the physics there. It manages to land the attack. 1-1. Two one now. Subu is pretty confident with the push cut here in this match. Oh, and he actually beats the axe, not the blade. And it's 2-1. 3-1, sorry. Again, the push cut. Nice forward cut. 4-1. Again, push cut. Doesn't land. Yeah, nice chop. There you go. Oh, and it's a double. And again, the push cut. Yeah, Subu's has taken control of this fight. Oh, and after this fight, we're actually not after the winner of this one versus Lons, we're not gonna do my fight with mechanics. We're doing Captain versus Nyx, because Captain has been also waiting for some time. Subu wins decisively. A good showing here for Dauntless, but Subu knows this matchup inside out, and it was always a very difficult matchup. But I'm happy that Dauntless is in the tournament, and we're gonna see him later against Fenrir, and that's definitely gonna be a very good fight. Subu is ready to fight again. It's also somehow fortunate that the fight wasn't too grindy, like it was pretty fast paced, which means that he hasn't spent too much energy. And we're gonna see Mr. Landsknecht, who's probably gonna play Tarnavsky. And I feel this is going to be a pretty competitive fight between the two. There we go. Lans is here. Lans starts on the left side, and Subu is right side. Oh!
Okay.
Looks like Subu's
Good luck.
Yeah, is going to play a third Jendrik round. Landsknecht probably saw that fight. You know what? Like, I saw some things, and I can make Jendrik work. We'll see what happens. 1-1. I do remember though Landsknecht using Jendrik a few times. Has also used Sava a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. So he has dabbled with some other characters, but obviously his best and most proficient character is Tarna. Yeah, Subu meets Lans there with a cut, and it's 2-1. 2-2. again tries to go low. It's a double. Another one. Oh, caught his arm there. Nice. 3-2. Oh, rabbit jump. Oh, Jendrik was getting tired there. Try to throw a couple of attacks. Subu just read it and went in. And it's another double. A lot of doubles in this one. It's quite to be expected. Jendrik has the ability to hit quite often, but he's also getting hit. There's a glass cannon type of character. But Subu takes control and it's 5-2. And it's beginning to look a lot, not like Christmas, but just like the previous fight. Oh, nice one under the ribs there. 6-3. Oh, and a beautiful side step there from Subu. And Subu wins his third Jendrik match here if you want. Let's see if Lans will stay with Jendrik or pick somebody else. I think at this point Subu has pretty much shown that Jendrik is not a very viable solution against his Bara. Not only through the fact that the fight was won, but also... Oh, nice one! Gets him with the dagger. But just looking at the score as well. Sava here from Lans. I would say that Bara generally feels probably almost the same way as he feels about Jendrik in this matchup. We all thought that when Sava was going to be released, he's going to be the new Bara, like some very fast cuts and aggressive, but unfortunately his design, although cool, turned out to be quite different from what people expected. And yeah, again the side step lands and Subu takes control. Goes with the dagger, blocked easily by Subu's saber. Subu going with the trick shot. Oh, goes with a triple combo and wins. Subu with the clean sweep in these fights. Looking good, feeling good. And I have to say though, the characters that he faced are a little bit closer to the bottom of the barrel, but obviously he did not pick those characters for his opponents. But yeah, Subu showed that you know, if you pick these characters, you're definitely not gonna surprise me with them.
Yeah. I will say Jendrik was probably a little bit tougher because it felt like I couldn't really parry him, or at least rely on parrying him. I sort of had to keep my foot on the gas pedal. With Sava, though, not only can I attack him, but I can also parry a lot of what he does. So it's easier, I think, to manage that matchup. compared to Yendrick.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Um, it's kind of the same thing that I was saying earlier. We were talking about characters. We're talking about Tarnowski, and I was saying that as an Isabella main, I feel that fighting
Mm-hmm.
Tarnowski is always a more challenging experience, simply because he has that ability of making it chaotic and the landing hits from places that you do not expect, compared to fighting somebody like Bara or Yan. Although many people consider them to
Yeah.
be superior characters, just because I feel those characters kind of played by the same rules as my character, and I can just win by playing the game. But when you fight somebody like Tarnavsk or like Jendrik or some of these guys that like Alex or whatever, you have to change your mindset and your
Mm-hmm.
tactic completely. It's not the same type of match. Anyway,
Right. Yeah.
congratulations. We're going
Thank
with
you.
Captain Adler versus Nyx. Nyx very impressive in his first fight against Oak, not only through the result but also through the gameplay. We'll see how consistent he can stay, because um, this is also something that happens quite often. We have somebody that is a very good prospect, and you see them beating veterans and whatnot, but as far as they progress through the tournament, they lose to other players that are not as, let's say, experienced as the ones they managed to defeat. So if he's able to go and defeat Captain here, then that's definitely a statement. We're going to start with Captain on the left side and Nyx on the right side. And as soon as these two are locked in, I'm going to go get some water.
Yeah. It's fine.
Oh, looks like Nyx wants the Tarna mirror. And here we go. A lot of Tarna in these past weeks. Probably the most talked about character in, in the last month, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, I was looking at my phone for a moment. We're back. Next, actually going with Tarnowski. Possibly wanted to have a little bit of fun with the Dusak as well. It's a great matchup. Split the skull in half there. We don't see that a lot, actually, even with the new Gore update. It has to be a particularly powerful blow to the head to do that. But, yeah, the skull can be cut right in half for Tarna, and presumably it's going to be added to more characters. It's just that it's being added in stages. Perhaps in this next update that Kubel keeps hyping up, we'll see more of the Gore system. I have mixed feelings about it. Obviously, I do like seeing the gnarly stuff and all the rest of it. It's sort of amusing to the dark side of my brain, but at the same time, I have to wonder, like, what if he spent these development resources and characters instead? Because a lot of these are just visual. I don't think they actually influence anything. And so I wouldn't be opposed to them being added later down the road, but I feel like right now there's more stuff that Kubel could be focused on. But regardless, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to enjoy the fight. I do enjoy it though, don't get me wrong. I love seeing the arms being cut like half off and dangling and the heads being cut in half. Anybody who plays half sword loves that type of thing, but you know, it's just one of those things. But Captain Adler does take the first one. You guys can continue. Just keep in mind the names might switch. Yeah, so Captain Adler decided to go with Connor to counter to Isabella. Can be actually a pretty decent counter, I would say. Isabella has to be a lot more creative. We've seen Nex is a very by-the-book player, so we'll see how this pans out against a Connor player. It might work pretty well if he uses the correct moves, but I think he'll have to start discovering sort of throwing stuff that he might not be used to, unless Captain Adler, of course, makes a clear mistake that's easy to punish. Then you can more or less use the same moves, like so. Okay, goes with low guard. Connor has a unique property with his low guard, and that's that he raises his shield a little bit when he does so. So, I'd say he's still more vulnerable when he does it. There's not a lot he can do from that guard, but the things that he can do are at least a little bit tricky. And he does guard himself a little bit with that shield. He can't move it around, so it's sort of static when he's in that position, but it can be tricky to deal with. Nice stab by Captain Adler there. Just getting straight around the guard as you should. Yeah, so Nex is starting to take control here, managing to stay relatively solid. Perhaps Connor wasn't quite like that. Quick cut to the blade to beat it down and try to follow it up is actually a really good tactic against Connor because Connor is uniquely vulnerable to blade beats. That's for game balancing reasons, of course, primarily, but I would say it's also explainable by how the sword is balanced and the fact that he's holding it out and trying to stab with it. If you're gonna beat that broadsword, that's absolutely the best way to do it, especially with the longsword, so... It does make some degree of sense from that perspective as well. But just from a pure gameplay perspective, there has to be a relatively straightforward way to break open his defense, and thankfully you do have methods such as that if he overextends. This time, though, he tries to sidestep. He's a little bit too slow, and that can be the problem with Isabella sidesteps, is if you're very dynamic with how you throw them, you can absolutely make them work, but I would say often they are a little bit too slow compared to some other sidesteps in the game. I'm thinking of Yazik, Denise, Barabash, those sorts of characters. Even Gideon, to be honest, has some pretty fast sidesteps. And Hassan, although Hassan has problems, I would say his sidesteps are some of the quicker ones in the game. So he does have that going for him. It's just that his other negatives really hold him back.
Yeah, so I guess this is the second set. Next being on the left and Captain going with Connor. Really interesting. Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it looks...
who won the first round?
Nex can score this next one. Captain Adler did, so Nex is looking to stay alive right now, and he might do just that if he wins one more.
Oh!
Ooh, not quite. Very important flag, and there's the chicken dance. I think that's the grab input, and then you do that. It's a nice little taunt. And the stab, and that's it.
Yeah, this could be a pretty difficult matchup for Isabella.
Yep.
Next, unfortunately, we'll move to the lower bracket. Um, Maybe a little bit of a mistake not using Isabella in the first set, um, but it's not all about winning. Sometimes you just want to play some other characters, but I definitely think that cost him. We have one more fight to do in the winners bracket, and after that we're going to move to the lower bracket where we're going to have 5 fights in a row. We got some pretty interesting matches over there. So yeah, we're gonna go there soon. It's gonna be me versus mechanics. Let's get mechanics in. Mechanics had a pretty interesting fight with double game audio on the YouTube stream. I don't know what to do. I don't know what is causing it.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't been tuning in myself, so I haven't been hearing it, but yeah, it sounds like that's what's going on.
Maybe it comes from Parsec, from your parse, but I'm not sure if it was before you joined as well or after you joined.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mm. Let me see how it sounds. I'm not sure if it was before you joined as well or. Oh, they said game audio. I think they both hit each other here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Next is very patient. Mm, just give me a sec. Okay. It's something about desktop audio. Oh, okay, okay. So it catches desktop audio and game capture, I see. So maybe I can just turn off game capture and see if it works with. Okay, I turned it off. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me just. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think it's fine now. Yeah, I think it should be fine. By the way, you were probably hearing my phone on the stream because I'm also checking my phone at the same time. Let me know if it's fixed. Subu, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, okay. All right, mechanics is here. Let's start the fight. Watch this fight, guys, and see if it's fixed. Marie. Okay. You know what? I will indulge. I always enjoy Marie Mirror. So here we go.
Yeah, Rapier mirror this time. Mechanics has played some Marie, so I'm actually not completely surprised by that. Venator's also experienced with Marie, so we'll see how that goes. Some stabs there, both a little bit tired initially, and more grazes there. That can happen if you close the distance
Oh
with the
wow.
rapier. It can be tough to follow that up. But mechanics is doing great with this. I think it's just the X input jab.
Yeah, I'm
If
actually
you land that just right.
trying to do
Hmm.
the back X and I end up doing the double lunge instead. Is something that I'm not very happy about.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like you're committed when you throw it. It's one of those combos which is quite a negative as far as the responsiveness of the character, but I kind of see why it works that way. A lot of lunging moves are kind of similar, for better or worse.
Okay.
Okay, more exchanges. And there's a stab through the body there. Venator has the clear experience advantage, even considering Marie. He's played a lot of Marie over the years, on and off, of course. It's not a main, of course, but he knows the moves very well. He's fought against lots of Marie players as well, which I think speaks volumes. But mechanics is making it a fight, so it's actually not clear who's gonna win. If anybody's gonna make some sort of comeback out of nowhere, I would suspect Venator would be the one, judging by the experience, but it doesn't mean it's easy. It looks like mechanics might have been practicing with Marie in the casual lobbies too, which is obviously a big help. And it's funny, you don't see a lot of the really good veterans playing in the matchmaking that much. There's some who do play from time to time, but I would say it's mostly populated by the newer guys lately. And there's multiple reasons for that, but it's just an interesting discrepancy there. And I'm guilty of that as well. I've been saying I want to do more casual matches, but I just never feel like doing it. A lot of the time, I feel like playing other games. And yeah, that's the classic leg attack
GG.
spam there. Nicely done.
Yeah, there's something that I didn't like about the follow-ups or something. It was just kind of the attacks were kind of missing
Yeah.
after
Hmm.
I was landing and attacking. I was just getting exposed each time.
Yeah.
So yeah, very good from mechanics there. We'll see what happens. Mechanics left side. I'm gonna be right side. I'll go with the old Cossack here. Not necessarily a win button, but a character that is
Hmm.
more well suited. Yeah. So that's the type of thing that I wasn't able to punish earlier. The thrust was
Yeah.
going. Oh,
Yeah, Bar is a pretty straightforward character in this matchup too, which is nice. It's you don't have to worry about landing these stabs up close and knowing Marie's moves very well. It's just you long guard the stab and you chop at the head and you just win the fight for the center and close in. The plan is pretty simple. I'd say the plan, to be fair for Marie, is also fairly straightforward. It's just implementing that plan might be difficult in this matchup. Obviously, Mechanics wants to keep distance. He wants to use his superior reach and just slowly pick Barabash apart. Obviously, if you can kill him right away, that's even better, but sometimes when he's beating your blade, that's not possible, and so you have to be prepared to play the sort of long range game, which Marie can do. She also does have some blade beat possibilities. Of course, if you're going for blade beats, the issue with Marie, of course, is that you're no longer stabbing, so your principal threat is no longer in play, so you do have to mix it up. A bit of a trade of attacks, but that thrust is very fast. Eventually, Venator still gets it. And that's what can happen sometimes. If something goes slightly wrong with those stabs, Barabash can sometimes just close her down pretty simply. And one thing that Marie also doesn't have is a particularly good guard. It can block some stuff, it's at least a serviceable guard, but it is not a good one by any means. By design, Kubold intended it for it to be that way. There's less mass in the blade. Which is what makes the rapier so nimble. But by the same token, it means the degree to which you can statically block stuff is diminished. But not nearly as bad of a case as Yendrix. She at least has some pretty solid hand protection. And, you know, if she catches a blow on the strong, there is a real chance she will block it. It's just if an opponent is so close that they can hit your strong, you're probably in trouble. Because, like, what then, even if you block it? But a nice stab to the face there. Mechanics looking to still make this a fight. Yeah, Venator walks him down with the chop, though. That's a very simple way to convert this matchup. Marie does have ways around it, but Mechanics will have to figure it out. Nice sidestep there. The intention was great there, but there's an example of what I was talking about, where sometimes even if the blade is beaten, Marie can actually still defend for the most part, like she's able to recover. Nice Thunder Punch, though. A risky move, but I think being up so many flags is well worth it.
yeah,
You're just
GG.
continuing to ask Mechanics questions there, so nicely done.
Bara's a different beast.
Yeah.
It still takes effort, and you can easily fall into the false sense of security that, oh yeah, I'm gonna win this fight easily. Alex. Um, I considered Alex as well, having played a little bit of Alex before, but I kind of thought that maybe it's going to be the same way as the Marie mirror, where I haven't played Marie at all recently, and then just get beaten by somebody that has played the character a little bit more recently.
Nice retreat. Why there, Jan is actually a pretty good pick into Denise, it has to be said as well. He's another one of those S tier characters. I think either one can win. Denise could be argued to be stronger overall, but I think, yeah, Jan has a pretty straightforward plan to at least try to get past that guard with those stabs. And he does have a fair bit of HP himself, so even in the trade, it's actually not always so clear that Denise will win. I would definitely bet on Denise if it ever gets messy, but it is possible for Jan to win at least some trades, particularly if he's hitting the body instead of the head of the arm. Getting hit in the arm especially is something, in the head, is something that Jan will want to avoid at all costs, so... What Denise can do, obviously, then is to try and single tempo and hit the arm as Jan tries to go in for a stab or some other cut. But against somebody as good as Venator, it will take a skilled Denise player to pull that off. And there he runs straight into the stab. I see what he was going for there, probably a jump, but way too close to try winding that up, I would say. And Venator was ready for any sort of offensive like that, sort of preemptively throwing a stab. Upcut attempt there. Goes for the down forward Y, which is a nice move, but Denise actually outspeeding him there. That's the thing in this matchup, is the speed is actually not so clear. I think Jan has some moves that are faster than Denise's moves, but as far as the cutting and splashing, it's not clear who's faster. They both have fast options. But yeah, Denise has obviously the best guard in the game, pretty much. Really powerful cuts, really good footwork, really fast cuts as well. He's got a bit of everything. But against a player as good as Venator, the character will definitely not be enough on its own. Captain Adler thinks he's overhated, he's not head and shoulders over the other characters. I mean, I disagree. I mean, I used to main Denise for a very long time, so that's part of the reason, obviously, I hold the opinion that I hold. I think if the average person tried to pick up Denise and played at their best, they might struggle, because he's obviously quite different from other characters, but I've put so much work into making him good, and so when he got overclocked by Kubold, it just made the game too easy. And I'm not saying that to sound arrogant, it's just it feels like you can get away with a lot of stuff with Denise that you can't get away with other characters. And it's not that he's unbeatable, I have lost with Denise plenty of times. That's not what I'm trying to say, that I'm unbeatable with him. It's just that when I do win, it just doesn't feel earned. Compared to, say, Barabash or Jan, or even Isabella sometimes. It feels a lot more earned with Isabella. Calc as well. Like all these other characters, they have weaknesses to them and they have strengths, and they're much clearer. Whereas Denise, it's not so clear what weakness does he have. Because you're a Tarna. But yeah, that's a good point. I think like matchups are definitely a thing, even with Denise. I would say Denise can struggle sometimes against characters who are good at stabbing, and he can struggle against Tarnowski because you can sort of throw hands with him. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, statistically speaking, we have proof of this, I believe. The Tarna is very clearly the... If you're gonna pick a character to counter Denise, it feels like Tarna is actually number one. so that's a good point. Matchups definitely play a role in your perception of who's stronger than who. It takes a lot of skill sometimes to get that footwork just right as well. So I'm not trying to take anything away from mechanics here. To go this long against Venator, like as we've been discussing this, his fight has been fantastic. Venator's had to really lock in to even get where he is right now. So nothing I'm saying is taking anything away from the work that he's put into Denise. Ooh, Venator, I see what Venator's going for. Eventually he gets the hand there. Nice.
Yeah. I had to rely only on one move. It wasn't pretty, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you that unless it's very situational, nothing else really works. Like if you're going into saber
Yeah.
exchanges with Alex, you're gonna lose every time. And I tried in the
Yeah.
second or the third flag, I tried something, and then immediately, when he went forward and uh, tried an attack, I immediately lost the exchange. So yeah,
Yeah.
GG. All right, so we're done with the first two rounds of the winners bracket, which means that we can go to the lower bracket. And the first fight that we're gonna see there is uh, Nex versus Caster. Bear in mind that this is a best of one fight, so only one set. Whoever uh, wins this moves through. Whoever loses is out. That bara isn't me. Mechanics, he didn't know that I was trying the audio a little bit, and I just went quickly into the into the versus CPU, and it was bot, and he would say, "Who's that? That's not me." That's funny.
That's funny. I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
guys, is it still
All good mechanics.
double audio on stream? Let me know. But yeah, we're gonna see Nex versus Caster now. Winner will face Lance immediately. So we're gonna do these two fights because we have one guy in. So winner will be facing facing Lance. And after that, we're gonna do Fenrir versus Dauntless, Mechanics versus Oak, and then the winners of those two fights. Caster is here. Nex is here. Oak heard his name and he's trying to join, but he's not really listening.
He's hearing, but he's not listening, as teachers
Yes,
say.
classic
With students.
Oak doing
Yeah.
vampire raids in Skyrim at this time. Here we go. Nex left side, Caster right side. And remember, this is a best of one, so winner goes through, loser will be eliminated. Yeah, Isabella for Nex. Kalk for Caster. Interesting. One. Kalk can definitely defeat Isabella. It's actually one of the matchups. Oh, there you go. Nice chop to the head.
Hmm.
It's one of those matchups that most people believe that Isabella can win easily, but a very good Kalk is somebody that can make it very difficult because Kalk has the one thing that Isabella excels at, which is reach. So, and it's kind of the same thing how I feel, or at least felt, about the Isabella versus Marta matchup. On paper, Isabella has the upper hand, or had the upper hand, because I'm not sure how it's right now. But Marta was the character that could cancel very well exactly what Isabella excelled at, which was her reach. But anyway, back to this fight. 3-3. Nice quick short upcut there from neutral from Nex. It's not a move that is used often, but he used it well, and it's 4-3. Oh, beautiful short thrust. And I noticed that Nex is actually timing that short thrust really well in a way that he's not being punished. That is beautiful gameplay. Oh, tried to quickly riposte there, but Caster blocked it and then immediately went with his cut, and it's now 5-4, close fight. Honestly, I don't want to see any of these guys leaving the tournament so early because Nex was very impressive in his first fight. Caster was also pretty close in his fight as well. And he actually managed to win the tournament on Tuesday as well. So, but yeah, that's sometimes the reality of double elimination tournaments. You can be out a little bit faster than you'd expect. Nice high guard there from Nex, and Nex will continue in the tournament. Nex, please do not leave the do not leave Parsec. Winner will be facing Lans, so Lans is going to be on the right side. Caster, thank you very much for competing. And Mr. Lans, yep, it's going to be right side. Double audio is on, okay. Okay, there's Lance. Here we go. Next is also left side. Lance on the right side. Here we go. Jendrik still for Mr. Lance. It's a little bit shame that we couldn't see his Tarna today. I think he would have done great, but... Oh, try to hook the blade there. I would say Jendrik is probably one of the most favorable matchups that Isabella has. And of course, it's not guaranteed win. Jendrik can definitely surprise Isabella with attacks like these. But if you take the fight very seriously and you don't fall into Jendrik's tricks, you should be comfortable. But you know, it's a tournament. The stress is high. It's a best of one, so anything can happen. Strong start for Lance here. Nice forward cut. Um, oh, nice one to the liver. After this fight, we're gonna see,
The head bobbing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Dauntless and Fenrir. Dauntless and Fenrir. After that, we're
Yeah.
gonna see Mechanics and Oak. Mechanics and Oak are literally fighting every tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, and somebody has to be eliminated this time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit of a
Ooh.
shame because both of them could go pretty far. Could have gone pretty far in the tournament, but you know, that's the reality. As I said, that was a double mission tournament.
Oh, that was super unlucky. The high guard cut. I guess it got blocked by the half somehow. I thought it was gonna hit the hand, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah, and this is,
That happens when Yendrik gets close.
as I was saying earlier. Oh, and there you go. Goes to the head. 7-1 victory for Lance here. Next, with some really nice performances here today. Unfortunately, won't go further than this, but is a promising player, and looking forward to seeing him. Wait, let me see. It was 7-5 here, I think, because the score matters, and this one is 7-1 for Lanz. Lanz in round 3. A pretty impressive victory, I would say, considering the matchup. Sometimes it works. Sometimes Jendrik can completely demolish Isabella. And it happened this time. Okay, we're going to see Fenrir fighting Dauntless. Let's see if we're going to get another Jendrik here. And curious to see who Fenrir is going to play. He played Tarna earlier. We'll see if he sticks with Tarna or plays somebody else. Okay, Fenrir on the left. Dauntless on the right side. Here we go. And after that, we're going to see Mechanics versus Oak.
Of course, I'm playing Yender. Yeah, I mean, we've seen Jan before, but by his own admission, Yendrik's absolutely the character he's best with.
You have to respect the people who commit to one of these characters that are not very popular or considered to be one of the elites, because that also gives us an idea of how the character is behaving in certain matchups, not necessarily through wins and losses, but you just kind of get an idea about things. It's not very often that we see a big variety of characters in a tournament. Luckily today we did have quite a significant number of characters used, so I'm happy for it. But yeah, some characters you rarely see nowadays. Like you don't see Zera almost at all. Like we know that Plebeian plays him, but Plebeian plays in a tournament once a month, if
Yeah.
You don't see Laszlo that much. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, there was a pause, but the interaction was in motion,
Yeah.
so the flag stays. Looks like Dauntless maybe had a problem.
Yeah, I think I got a slight lag spike as well, because all I saw was the host is doing something else. I didn't even see the pause, so yeah, there might have just been a quick sort of lag spike for people in NA. But it's better now.
Oh,
Looks
nice.
smooth again for me.
Yeah, Fenrir is keeping it simple. Just went in, threw a cut, landed. Oh,
Nice hit to the head. That one-handed chop to the head always looks so brutal to me when it lands perfectly. Like it just buries right in the head. Like, it's sort of really like seeing that. And it's tough to land actually because you're committed once you throw it. You gotta get your spacing right.
I wonder if Tarna doesn't feel uncomfortable wearing his coat like that in a fight. It doesn't look very.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's more about fashion in that case. Yeah, even Napoleonic hussars, like centuries later, were wearing jackets just like that, inspired by the Polish fashion of the time. You can wrap it around and wear it like a sort of cloak as well.
Yeah.
Both to keep warm, also to block sword swings, believe it or not. If you have more sort of fabric there, it can sort of take the sting out of a hit that might otherwise take a chunk out of your shoulder or something. So there's also that. But yeah, they often wear it just like those two. The extra sleeves don't really serve a practical purpose beyond perhaps that type of a thing.
Oh, nice. Again, Fenrir keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Just going in. And he's.
I guess it flexes your wealth a bit
Nice.
too. You have like this extra fabric and stuff that you don't need, but you know, it's really expensive perhaps. It's this bright color and a good
Yeah.
way to show off, I suppose.
Dauntless, thank you very much for competing. Glad that you managed to show up, show us a little bit of Jendrik. Fender moves to the next round, but he won't be waiting long because we're gonna have Mechanics and Oak fight, and the winner of that fight will immediately fight Fenrir. So stay close. All right, and now we have a little bit of a lower bracket derby, and it creates some nice storylines when this happens. When you got two very good people in the first round of the lower bracket fighting for survival. The structure of the competition also makes it like that because it's just the best of one, so you don't really get that much time to adjust. Waiting for mechanic. Did I tag him? Oh, no, no.
Yeah, Landsknecht has been playing Jendrik for like on and off for some time. So I hate to break it to you, Dauntless, but you might be seeing more of that. Maybe not every time, but you'll
Well,
probably see quite a bit of it.
at least he actually got a very good reason to play him
Yeah.
a little bit more in the tournament, at least for one more round, because he won against a very good player that was using
Yeah.
Isabella, which is not about Isabella herself, it's about the actual matchup. I will be very honest and say that it's a matchup that is heavily favored, where Isabella is heavily favored. So that gives you a little bit of a morale boost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite quite an expected switch here from Mechanics to Sam, which has been his main recently. Has been using in a lot of tournaments with good success. Sam can actually be a counter to Jacek as well.
Yeah.
Oak knows this matchup really well too, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Good try with that feint there, but
Oh,
Oak's blade
wow.
just happened to be in the way. And nice follow-up by Oak. I'm actually kind of surprised. Mechanics didn't get a hit in earlier, but that was very precise in Oak's part. Nice, wow. Switching sides there. That's a pretty classic sidestep tactic that a lot of advanced players will use.
Oh,
They'll
nice.
sidestep from one side, and then they'll go around to the other side when you think they're done. And they can catch people off guard, because most people, when they try to sidestep to an angle, they try to stick to that angle, but Oak doesn't necessarily do that. And you have to be familiar with the character, because a lot of characters are unresponsive. If you try stuff like that, you're sort of doing stuff that's not by the book.
Nice.
So you have to know, like, what moves naturally chain into other moves, and what do those moves accomplish? Nice by Oak there, switching legs as he cuts forward there with the X
Yeah.
cut.
Big variety.
That's actually a very subtle one.
Yeah, variety of cuts used here by Oak in this fight, and I believe that's what got him the success.
Yeah.
It's not as close as we thought, precisely because Oak has been using a variety of attacks. Mechanics gets one back here.
Mechanics. Yeah, that slash that Oak does that switches legs, it also puts Yazuk in a very safe spot, and it shields him pretty well. So a lot of times you think you have an opening against him, but then he starts throwing those cuts, and there's also a retreat A cut that's very powerful. And suddenly he can immediately shut you down.
Yeah.
At a time when you least expect it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he got away with it too. Perfect ranging there.
And 6-2. Oh. Mechanics has nothing to lose at this point. But Oak needs to be very careful because things can change very quickly here.
Yeah, he's getting a bit low on stamina, having taken the hit. Oh, but I think that's good for Oak. At least getting the double out of that. Mechanics got nothing from that whole exchange, and there it is.
Yeah. Oak with a pretty impressive win here over Mechanics. Mechanics has had some really good, like it was a very good fight with Castor, a very good fight with me. Unfortunately, Oak was a little bit too much here in this fight, and we're gonna see Oak again. He is fighting Fenrir, and Oak is left side, and Fenrir is right side. And that concludes the first two rounds of the lower bracket, and then we can move to round 3. Also from a ranking points perspective, if you want, round 3 in the double elimination is usually where you start getting some significant number of points. This tournament also has 11 people signed up, which means that the number of points is going to be pretty good. And also what I like about this system in challenge is that getting first place still is considered a big advantage, even over the second place, which means that if there's somebody that is a little bit behind and they start winning tournaments, they will immediately start jumping over people who weren't able to win tournaments, but they were always kind of close to, number 2, number 3, number 4. So there's still emphasis on winning the tournament more than just, because otherwise you'd have people that are constantly getting number 3, number 4, maybe a number 2 every now and then, getting over people who win tournaments. So I'm glad that activity is rewarded, but performance is still the number one thing. So yeah, let's move on to our fight here. Oak left side, Fenrir right side. Fenrir, for those who don't know, is a mythological character from the Norse mythology. He's a huge wolf. son of Loki, and it's the one who eats, spoiler alert, eats Odin.
Big cuts there, a bit of stretchy arms, but the blow was parried regardless. Bit of a punch there too. Very cinematic as Oak sidesteps that stab as well. Very nice read there. Bit of a trade. I'd say that benefited Tarna the most, but of course if you keep trading in a game like this, you're risking a lot. Potentially a double. Regardless of character. Wow, perfect leg void there, but I think he didn't input an attack, or maybe he cancelled it by mistake.
Yeah, he stood still there.
Or perhaps he...
Oh wow, he wins.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, perhaps didn't expect it. It sort of... Because that can happen as well. You can leg void without necessarily meaning to. If you're trying to move organically.
Oak is boxing a lot tonight. Like, he's going in close range and he starts swinging. He looks like a boxer here. But looks like his aggression hasn't really paid off so far. Stadman is able to block his attacks here and actually wins the exchange by going... Fenrir went with the thrust follow-up, and that thrust hit him in the head. Dodges the leg attack and goes for a side step. Fenrir is doing great here.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it just speaks to Tarna's ability to cause a lot of chaos. If you're a little bit imprecise, suddenly it's he who's winning the flag.
I don't know if if you saw that. So Oak landed the first attack but wasn't able to land the second attack of the combo. So it was blocked.
Yeah, yeah.
This is one of the things that can sometimes be problematic, I would say.
Yeah,
in this
I
setting.
agree.
There we go. 6-1.
All it takes.
Oh, and
that's
it goes
it.
with the
Wow, I was
follow-up.
gonna say one little mistake, but yeah, that was perfect by Fenrir.
Very impressive win, 7-1. Everything went great here for Fenrir, and sometimes you need a little bit of a. Let's face it, you also had a little bit of luck on certain flags. Things came out really nice for him, but yeah, very good, dominant victory. And Fenrir, I would say both Lance and Fenrir were kind of the underdogs in these fights, and they were able to win them decisively, so that makes the tournament even more interesting. Congratulations. Thank you very much for competing, Oak. Great to have you. But we're moving now back to winners bracket, and the first fight there is going to be me versus Grid. I don't remember who Grid used. I think he used the Yatsik, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this tournament, I believe so. He's known for Calc and Samuel, but yeah, he picked Yazuk up.
Yeah, this is again a best of 3, and after that it's going to be the fight between you and Captain, also a best of 3, and then the losers of those fights are going to be facing Lance and Fenrir. The loser of the next fight between me and Grid is going to face Lance. The loser between you and Captain will be facing Fenrir. Here we go. I'm going to be left side. And Polar is going to be right side. He's going with Yatsik. I'm feeling a little bit Saberish today, and I'm gonna go.
Fair enough.
Jan.
Alright, let's see. Oh, possibly some lag.
Yeah.
None on my end, but it's totally possible with the distance here. Gotta keep in mind, Grid's from Asia, I believe, so he's pretty far away. which really speaks to, like, there's a lot of these Asian players actually. They've kind of come out of nowhere, but they do fantastic regardless of what host they play on. They have some struggles, of course, with that, but surprisingly playable for them as long as they put in the work. It does impact the way they play a little bit, I'm sure, but they do great with what they have. Going low to the leg there, this might be a pretty grindy fight for both of them, as Venator's trying to break open that guard with his attacks, just kind of harassing him. Eventually manages to do so, but in doing so also gets hit in the head, so it is a double. They're both going for low attacks actually, which is interesting. Probably because they both want to find a way past the guard. But you have to be so careful throwing those naked. Often you want to set them up first. Of course, setting them up is easier said than done when your opponent is just saying, screw it, I'm going to hit you in the head. But the best thing you can do is to get your opponent in some kind of a rhythm, and then when there's a clear opening, you go for the leg, only then. But nice sidestep by Venator. Jan is not known for his sidestep, but that sidestep in particular is actually pretty versatile. You don't have to throw the main move. Venator showing us a little bit of that here actually. You can chain it into another sidestep by canceling it. There's other moves you can immediately chain it into as well, such as that stab actually. And Venator with perfect spacing on that cut actually, hitting with the tip. Striking the hand there of Yazuk as he kind of whiffed out of his own measure. And yeah, Venator makes it a little bit messy right when he needs to, causing a little bit of chaos with those slashes. And nice back X there, sort of striking at the blade a little bit, but also more importantly getting himself out of harm's way. It's actually an underrated retreating move. It's not one you can typically spam, but it's actually a great way to get yourself out of danger in just a moment's notice. And it can be good against shields too, or just for beating a blade down and getting out of the way. It's probably less famous than the back Y just because it rarely kills in of itself, but it is a useful maneuver in its own right, especially if you don't know what else to do. And there we go, the YY, classic combo.
It was YX, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was YX. Good first round. Polar with a pretty solid Yatsik, I would say. I think the score does not do him justice here. It didn't feel easy at all. I had to get a little bit creative with certain attacks because I feel Yatsik is pretty strong on his defensive capabilities. And here we go. We get another stone wall here in Sam.
Yeah, I consider this matchup a little bit more problematic for Jan than Yazuk, but yeah, as usual, it will still be up to the players. I do think Grid Samuel might be a bit stronger than his Yazuk though, so let's see what he can do. I've had some issues with his Samuel as well. A lot of the pro players have. These Samuels coming out of nowhere, whether it's mechanics or grid square, they've put on some pretty good showings. Treat A there. Oh, trying to wrap around. I like the idea, but the stretchy arms I think really screwed with Venator in that interaction. But I saw the vision there. He was trying to obviously parry that attack and then wrap around. But there we go. Venator gets the flag out of that in the end. Always a shame when that stuff happens. Nice. So that thrust is actually very underrated. A lot of people don't throw it because the input for it is more complicated, but if you can time that just right, it will hit the hand, no problem. And it's a great way to switch up the tempo from just throwing the regular thrust, which Venator might be hesitant to throw just because Samuel is one of those characters who does a great job of just blocking the center. Even the stabs are not always guaranteed to land safely. Venator can of course try the corkscrew, that's another famous one, but it's a very one and done type of move. If you're not at just the right distance, at just the right timing, it will be punished. Whereas Samuel, he's got a lot of good retreat attacks, some good basic combinations as well, decent sidesteps, and his lunge actually allows him to compete pretty well with Jan for the range game. But I would say Samuel's probably a bit better at the counter game, whereas Jan is better at the harassing game with a variety of attacks. So it's a bit it's obviously a little oversimplistic to say this, but it's kind of like offense versus defense in this fight. Which isn't to suggest Jan is bad at defense, he's a jack of all trades, but as far as, I think his best quality is the variety of moves. And yeah, Venator's happy to allow him to tire himself out, although he did take a hit there as he tried to punish that. Not ideal, but it's definitely looking like Grid is still struggling with the stamina a little bit after taking that hit to the leg. But Grid's doing a great job fighting from that position, trying to use retreat attacks and sidesteps to get space back. But Venator knows he doesn't have to close the distance and fall for that trap. He's happy to circle around. That was actually really nice. What Venator did there is he sidestepped and did the chop. You have to be a little bit precise with the input if you do that, because you can accidentally do a sidestep move instead. But it can be done. And if you do that, the hand is a ripe target for the chop. If you're offline and that cut comes straight down, it's more likely that it'll hit the hand. And again, nice stab to the hand. Jan is not so much known for cutting off hands, but he does strike hands a lot. He's got a lot of these low stabs and cuts that will eat your hand for breakfast, and there it is.
Yeah, that was again a tricky fight. I feel like Polar is a tricky opponent. He's also tricky because he has a high ping, and people that play on very high ping do not operate the same way as people who play on decent ping, because they tend to attack at times that you do not expect. Not because they're willing to do that, but you just kind of find yourself hit by that. Anyway, Grid is still in round 3. In the lower bracket, he's gonna fight the one set fight against the Landsknecht very soon. But first, we're gonna see Subu going against Captain Adler. This is also a best of 3 fight. And here we go. I'm really sorry, I have to go away for a little bit. But if you guys finish the first set, just switch sides and continue fighting, okay?
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, be right back.
Okay, we're switching sides. Good first round there. Connor. All right, let's see. Gotta lock in for this one.
Alright, I am back. Looks like we're in the second set. And Subu has a very good advantage. Subu is on the right side, by the way. Um, Captain gets 2 flags in a row. I wonder if Captain lost the previous round and switched to a different character to present something new to Subu here. Then he gets another one. I'm gonna check here. A second. Yeah, Subu won the first one as well. Oh, there we go. Catches the arm, and Subu wins 2-0. And you know what? I'm gonna keep Captain in because he's gonna be fighting soon as well. Congratulations, Subu is now in the semi-final. The 2-0 win. And now we're gonna see 3 fights. 3 lower bracket fights, so all fights are best of 1. And the first one that we're gonna see is Landsknecht versus Polar Grid. A very interesting one. Lanz most likely is going to stay with Jendrik. Polar Grid. We'll see which character he's going to pick. And after that, we're going to see Fenrir and Captain Adler go at it. And after that, we're going to see the winners of these two fights. So we basically have two semifinals and a final four qualifying into top three. So whoever wins this small tournament, let's call it, is going to be in the top three in the tournament, and obviously we'll get a chance to continue and win the whole thing. Okay, there's Landsnecht. We need... who do we need? Polar Grid. It looks like this tournament is actually going pretty well. I assume that it won't be more than an hour until we end. Not that we're necessarily rushing somewhere, but it's always good when you're like in the 3-hour mark length. Okay. So this is a best of one. Let me put it one more time, just to make sure that people know. Lands on the left, Polar on the right. Yeah, Jendrik. Isabella.
Right,
oh yes,
versus Isabella.
I do remember that. Since he changed his name, I just can't make the connection with Grid Square.
Yeah.
They're the same same person. But he changed his name and just all of a sudden I'm thinking about it as a different person. And yes, he does play Isabella every now and then. Very careful though, because Lans was able to defeat another Isabella earlier, 7-1. We'll see what happens here. Not every match is the same.
I think the combos there are a good idea. I was finding success with Bar Bash as well, just throwing simple combos and applying a lot of pressure. So that might be the ticket actually, because she does a little parry motion with the X cut, and I wonder if that could sometimes catch the axe just enough to get that hidden. And you can see there, even if it's messy, often the one with the sword is the one who will actually get the damage if the axe head is not hitting.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can kind of whittle Jendrik down in these messy exchanges where the blade is at least doing something, and the haft is at best maybe taking some stamina away, but not doing much beyond that.
If there's a matchup where you want to go crazy with Isabella, this is the one. This is the one where her combos and her special moves and everything can actually work quite well. And yeah, Grid is doing just that. He's just going forward X into A.
Yeah.
And Lance doesn't have an answer for it. Yeah, gets hit. Oh!
Wow. Wow. That was incredible.
Yeah, that we gotta save that. We gotta save that.
Yeah.
That was the flag of the tournament.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, it's looking like Polar Grid might take it, but we'll see. A comeback's not impossible, but making a comeback with Jendrik.
Try to grab a little bit out of range. And smart pick here from Polar Grid. Wins 7-4, I believe. Was it 7-4? Or 7-3? No, 7-3. 7-3. And Polar Grid continues in the tournament. He's already in the top 4 players, which is very impressive. And And now we're gonna see Fenrir versus Captain Adler. Fenrir is gonna take the left side. Captain Adler is gonna take the right side. And we'll see what happens here. It's very likely that we're gonna see a Grid will stay here because he will be fighting immediately after. It's very likely that we're gonna see a Tarna mirror. Obviously, Fenrir was able to defeat Oak quite decisively earlier by using Tarna, so yeah. And as I said, the winner of this will immediately fight Polar Grid, and the winner is basically in the lower bracket final and in the top 3 of the tournament, which I would say is already an achievement. I always think it that way, and I think everybody should think it this way. Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, the aim is always to win the tournament, but if I'm in the top 3, it means that I was still very competitive. Okay. Fenrir on the left, Captain Adler on the right. Yeah. Tarnamir. I would obviously favor Captain here through the experience, but after what I've seen, I can't guarantee.
There's the arm gore right there, but still a double. Fenrir throwing some combos there. The one thing you have to watch out for with that particular combo, as Fenrir has no doubt discovered by now, is that you switch legs when you do it. So sometimes your range isn't quite what you expect. That's a nasty hit to the head there by Captain Adler. We saw the 2 parts of Tarna's body where the gore can show itself.
Yep.
Nice, again. That arm is just, it's done.
Yeah, strong start here for Captain. Oh, nice.
Again. Yeah, Captain is doing a great job of attacking, but not overcommitting. Like, he has a clear plan out if something goes wrong with those retreat attacks. That's actually a leg hit. Although it doesn't seem to have slowed him down. It's still a double.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it always
Using
looks...
that blade beat there as a setup, yeah. I like that little blade beat move. We've been talking about how effective is it in reality, but these Tarna players really make it work. That was a good combo.
Combo there, not landing the second attack immediately after a hit. I think...
Yeah, I was getting that as well a little bit. I had to, with Bara, I've been finding I have to be persistent sometimes. Like, I have to throw 4 cuts after landing 1. And if I can at least bank on being faster than my opponent, I might still land a combo, but I have to put like lots of effort into it.
Yeah. What I could see a problem here is not as much necessarily, not getting the hit, but also you are susceptible to a riposte if your opponent is blocking your attack after.
Yeah.
So that could be I think people are just not used to that happening, so they don't react as fast, but in time, if that happens, you might get yourself killed. Anyway, back to the fight. Fenrir is making a little bit of a comeback. The start wasn't great, but looks like he found his rhythm, and although he's behind, he's making it a fight. Dash in.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be brave. Just go in and throw something interesting. And
yeah, he sort of imposed his timing on the opponent, which was perfect because Captain Adler was sort of doing his own thing.
Tarna is the type of character that can do that. Just kind of
Yeah.
go in, be a little bit wild.
And Tarno's exposed in certain respects. I'm not saying his guard is bad by any means, but there are spots, I think, where you can aim to try and catch him out. So they both have to be a little bit cautious sometimes, and you can capitalize on that and cause some chaos if you do it right.
Nice.
Oh, but not this time. Yeah, Captain Adler keeping his cool there.
Yeah, I think Captain Adler's experience was showing here. Fenrir did a very good job, but Captain knew this matchup a little bit better. And we're gonna see Polar Grid versus Captain Adler right now. Captain will stay on the right. Polar Grid will be on the left, and this is basically a semi-final. Winner of this will be in the top 3 and will continue in the tournament, potentially winning it all. Grid is already here. Let's give him control. Yeah, best of 1, as you know. And here we go. Wow. Although they use these characters in the tournament, pretty unexpected matchup here. I was expecting a saber fight.
Yeah, the Connor into Isabella, which can go either way, I would say, even though Connor isn't often considered one of the best characters necessarily, because he's one of those characters who has a gimmick. It's not that he's weak, it's just that if you can deal with his gimmick, then it's like he's out of options.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. But it is a very punishing gimmick if you're not prepared for it, which Isabella in particular might be, depending on what Grid does.
Yeah, it's funny that you say it, because it is a feeling that I have sometimes, not only in Hellish Quart but also in some other games, especially fighting games. You feel like let me actually give you an example. Let's say I'm playing UFC and my opponent is picking a wrestler, a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
And obviously, when I think about it, I want to pick somebody that has a very good ground game, so I could defend against the wrestling and neutralize his offense. But at the same time, I find myself not having any sort of offense over that character, you know. So I have a character or a fighter good enough to neutralize their game, but I don't have anything over them in terms of offense. So I'm just kind of hoping that they make a mistake and I could win.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how it feels with Connor as well.
Yeah.
Like, Connor can neutralize most characters' games by having a shield, by having good movement, but when it comes to landing attacks himself, he also pretty much struggles. So it just becomes an interesting type of fight.
Yeah, and I'd say his most dangerous moves are kind of telegraphed. Even the London stab, which is pretty famous, that quick stab to the gut. I feel like most people by now know to expect that move, and so they're always trying to position themselves to not be in danger. So it might be really quick, but that fact doesn't much matter if you never get the opportunity to land it. There's definitely ways to try and force it to land if you're quick with Connor, but it's a very one-dimensional sort of attack. And it's like I said earlier, if that attack doesn't land, it's like, well, what now? You have some snap cuts, but oftentimes you're outranged, so especially in this matchup and some other matchups with long blades, you often find yourself at a range disadvantage.
Yeah, for sure. Close fight here as expected. Grid with one flag ahead. I actually like the... Oh! The last flag that he scored, um, high guard from close range. It can work surprisingly
Mm-hmm.
well if you time it right, because it lands
Yeah.
exactly before the opponent is able to attack. Uh,
Yeah.
Risky, but it works sometimes. Double.
Ooh. I like Captain Adler's mix up there, but that stab was too slow, I would say. But it's tough because, like I was saying, his reach isn't so great, so that might have been the only attack he had available to try following it up, and he just wasn't close enough. So with that leg attack, it looks like you're really hoping to end the fight right away, or to do it from close enough to where you can follow up with something faster. But if you're that close, you're in the danger zone with Connor. So, it's a catch-22. Ooh, the blade beat. Not quite able to capitalize on it, though.
Nice.
Connor can neutralize those blade beats. They are very punishing, but there are ways around that. You can simply backdash out of it. But that requires some really good reaction time. It's not something just anybody can do, picking Connor up. Oak is very good at that, of course, because his reactions are on point.
Nice.
Yeah, I like how Grid is approaching this. He's not doing anything crazy. There were a few work hows and stuff to try and get around the guard, but nice.
Yeah, he played this really well, and he was able to get some good cuts on the arm there. The neutral game, the way we call it, and Grid is in the lower bracket final and in the top 3 again in a tournament, so that speaks volumes, especially considering that Grid Square's ping is 220, um, and he's from Asia, so pretty impressive if you ask me. Captain Adler gets 4th place today. Again, a very good performance, and we'll see who's going to meet Grid in the lower bracket final. We are now going into the semi-final. We are fighting. It's going to be a best of 3. So let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna kick Grid for now because we won't be needing him for some time. Good luck. I'm gonna start on the left. You're on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going for some saber action.
Yeah. Yeah,
Here
good
we go.
luck.
These two flags have been identical. Okay, that was a weird interaction, but was a 7-0, but it definitely wasn't a 7-0 in terms of how the fight felt.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, there was
just,
a lot of back and forth going on.
yeah. I've won 7-6s that were easier than this one. Just kind of got the edge, let's say, in each flag, but each flag was pretty
Yeah, yeah.
disputed. All right. You are now on the left side. Yeah, I was expecting the Jan switch. Here we go. Ah, nice. Nice. 1-1. Let's see what happens in the next one. I'm left side, Subu's right side. Uno reverse card.
Interesting. Okay, let's see it.
Let's see what happens. I remember we've done this on another tournament at one point.
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of switching between these two.
Yeah, 'cause they both have advantages against each other, I would say. Like, I generally consider Jan a little bit stronger, but in the right situation, Barabash's fast cuts can be more useful too, so.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like
It's all about how you're using.
how you're feeling in that moment.
Yeah, yeah, because you see me switch between these two all the time. Sometimes seemingly at random, but there's usually, it's based on how the fight's going, and Like, do I want extra reach? Do I want more activity, speed, pressure, that type of thing?
No! Damn!
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I knew
sometimes
I
I have to
had
go
to.
for that fourth hit.
Yeah, had to be a little bit more patient.
Oh, the Thunder Punch attempt.
Yep.
Nice try. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Thanks. Not quite. Yeah, fair enough. I was hoping though.
Yeah, it's.
Nice.
Yeah, it's one of those moves that the tired swing that is actually quite hard to punish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that scary of a move, to be honest, if you just keep your cool.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
No! Nice. Oh, I thought I was gonna get that trade. I think I hit the shoulder. Yep, as expected, down to the last flag.
Great game.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it was fun. Really fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, great read on the sidestep there. That's what it comes down to. Like
Yeah.
sort of predicting what I'm gonna do and then implementing that plan.
Yeah, I was kind of watching. I was trying to watch when I was moving back and forth. I was kind of trying to watch the rhythm of when you're throwing the thrust, when you're throwing the chop, when you're throwing the forward cuts, when you're moving back, and was kind of trying to read. It wasn't working all the time. You were catching me with the chop when I was trying to do my side step, but yeah, it was a matter of timing. But yeah, really fun.
Yep.
And if you're ready to go, you can fight grid. If not, you can take a little bit of a break. Up to you.
Let's get it done.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Subu is now left side fighting against Grid. It's a the lower bracket final, best of one. So Subu needs to be careful here. Grid has nothing to lose at this point, so that always makes people like him more dangerous. Subu coming after a long fight. Here we go. Okay, Subu is left side, Grid right side. Jan versus Sam. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. It looks like it's 3-2 for Subu here. Oh, and Subu actually wins this exchange 4-2. Oh, nice. I like that combo from Sam. Not the most effective, but it does work sometime. 4-3. Suba seems in control though. Goes with the thrust to the belly and gets it done. 5-3. Oh, hits him the undercut, and yeah, Subu steals the flag. That's something I've been saying it many times. That's something that Subu and Oak particular are so good at. You hit them and then you think you got them, and then all of a sudden they steal the flag from you. They just kind of activate their instinct. There you go. Quart goes through 7-3. Decisive win here for Subu, and Subu is back in the grand final.
Yeah, great game.
Yep.
A lot of good exchanges there. Polar definitely did not make that easy. It felt like it had to stay locked in the whole time. So great job to Polar.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have the option to give points to players based on their region, but I'm pretty sure that Grid is going to get a good number of points here. And considering that he's got a couple of top placements, he's very likely to be around top 5 after this tournament.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We are back in the grand final. In here, the rules are pretty simple. It's going to be another best of 3. If Subu wins the best of 3, then it's going to be another sudden death set. If I win, of course, the tournament ends. So I start on the left, and you are going to be on the right. I have an interesting question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do something fun?
What do you want to do?
I was thinking about playing some other characters besides the ones that we usually play.
Sure.
Was thinking about some Laszlos and some Geddys, maybe.
Okay.
Or some Yendrix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
All those sound fun.
Yeah.
Maybe try Laszlo first. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Laszlo Mirror.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, which? Let's go with this one. I'll be very honest with you. I haven't really played these characters. I was just thinking about something that is, I don't know.
Yeah, different. Same here for the most part. Yendrick a little bit, but not much. And it was mostly for fun, so.
And also get people into a like how like these guys get into the final using these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. No way.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Laszlo's damage, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised that landed.
Okay, I gotta remember.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
I just keep doing the wrong footwork for some reason. Keep getting hit. Oh, nice. I'm getting very unlucky in this one.
Yeah, I'm finding you have to be very ruthless when there's an opportunity with Laszlo in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to go straight for the combo when there's blood.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah, good fight. Alright. We're gonna see now Getty mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we gotta swap.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice too because I don't actually feel that out of my element. Like, there's still sabers at the end of the day. I can still apply a lot of the stuff I usually apply. It's just the moves are different. Thanks. Ooh, unlucky.
Yeah, I keep getting unlucky with it, but I think it's just I don't have that muscle memory of finishing the
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah, that's so important with these characters. I'm basically doing what I would do with Tarna here, and it works pretty well with Gideon actually, because he has the leg switching gimmick. Nice, nice. Nice.
Okay, cross-cutting, working. Hehe, na zdrowie. Okay, this one is a little bit more balanced.
Thanks. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes if you're a bit earlier, sometimes it looks like you can just get comboed down. Laszlo's kind of like that too. They have a similar dynamic in that way.
Nice. Nice. Alright.
Good fight.
So Subu wins the first best of 3. But I have to say that for the sudden death, I would have to go back to a character that I know.
Enough.
Okay, we're gonna swap sides. I'm gonna be on the left. You're gonna be on the right.
Okay.
And this is a one set final, and that's it. Whoever wins it wins it. I do not regret playing the other characters. I felt it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what a lot of us are looking for right now in the game. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah, hitting Jan's left arm is often death if he's ready to hit you. Nice.
Oh, I didn't get unlucky when it actually mattered here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. GG. Yeah, I had to pull Isabella for this one.
Yeah,
But
great game.
yeah, we had some great sets today. We
Mm-hmm.
played some sabers. We played some other types of sabers, and eventually we went with in the last set with some characters that we know a little bit better. Um,
Yep.
Fun tournament, 3 hours, done in 3 hours. A lot of nice surprises today. A lot of good fights, some nice flags. Thank you so much for helping out with commentary as always. Congratulations for second place.
Thanks.
And
No worries.
yeah, I'll see you guys next time, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you very much for hosting, and good games to everybody.
Yeah. See ya.